It's nice to see so many of you have joined this morning. I was thinking for next 1 month, rather than going through our regular reading session, whenever we have time, we can read something differently about Krishna and Krishna's pastimes and Dham and so forth, Vrindavan Dham and so forth. So it's going to be very random, not in a sequence or systematic. Whatever pops up, we will do that. And there's a beautiful book by Prabodhananda Saraswati. He's written a beautiful book called Śrī Vṛndāvana-Mahatmya. This beautiful book called Vrindavan Mahatmya. Amazingly, there are thousands of slokas, hundreds of thousands of slokas, is only glorifying Vrindavan Dham. Can't even imagine how such a thing could be written. Hundreds of slokas, just believe it or not. It's just glorification of Vrindavan Dham. On Kartik month, starting to learn and read and glorify Vrindavan Dham was the best thing that we can do on the first day of Kartik month. So today I thought I'll just read few slokas from here and get the blessings of Vrindavan Dham. And then we'll see how things goes for rest of the days based on our time. Okay. Shataka 1. Shataka means the first 100 set of slokas. Sri Radha Murali Manohara Padhambujam Sadha Bhavayan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Padarajaha Swatmanam Evarpayan Srimad Bhagavatottaman Gunanitin Ati Adharat Anaman Sri Vṛndāvana Divya Vaibhavam Aham Stotam Mudha Prarabhe. Remembering the lotus feet of Sri Radha and Sri Murali Manohara, surrendering myself at the dust from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after repeatedly offering my most respectful obeisances at the feet of the exalted devotees who are like oceans of transcendental qualities, I happily prepare to offer my prayers unto the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. ईशोऽपि यस्य महिमांत्र वारिराशः पारं प्रयातुम् अनलं बत तत्र कियन्ये किन्तु अल्पम् अपि अहम् अति प्रणयाद् विहाय श्याम धन्य धन्य इति मे समुपक्रमोऽहम्. Even the Supreme Lord Himself is incapable of crossing the ocean of nectarian glories of Vrindavana. Therefore, who else is able to do so? This is my humble attempt to become glorious by merging into that ocean with great care and love. Srimad Vrindavi Mama Hridi Sporayatma Swarupam Ati Ascharyam Prakriti Paramananda Vidya Rahasyam Purna Brahmamritam Apihriya Vabhidhatum na niti bhuti brute yatra upanishad ihatratya vart kutastya. O Sri Vrindavan, please manifest to me your actual form, which is naturally wonderful, full of ecstasy, knowledge, and mystery. When the Upanishad fails to describe your transcendental characteristics and describe them not this, then what can be said about the topics of Vrindavana? Radha Krishna Vilasa Purnasu Chamatkaram Madhuri Sara Spara Chamatkritim Hari Rosatkar Sasya Kashtha Param Divyam Swadya Rasika Ramya Subhagasesham Na Sesha Dibihi Sesher Ghamya Gunaugha Param Anisham Samstauni Vrindavanam. Day and night I offer my humble humble prayers to the abode of Vrindavana, which is full of please. Now we transfer ourselves to Vrindavan. Mentally, we transfer to Vrindavan, wherever we are located. We are in front of Vrindavan Dham, and then we offer our obeisances to Vrindavan Dham. Day and night, I offer my obeisance, humble prayers to the abode of Vrindavana, which is full of splendor due to the transcendental pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna, which is the topmost abode of the transcendental mellows of Sri Hari's devotional service, which is enriched with the most relishable, exalted rasa, and which even the supreme controller, Sesha, and the demigods are unavailable or unable to fully glorify. We'll do one more sloka and I'll read something else. प्रेमोत्थेन विचिन्त्यातं विलुतनैः सर्वाङ्गम् असोज्यतां देहस्यास्य समर्पणेन सुदृढ प्रेम समस्तीयतां राधाविजानिर् उपस्यतां स्थिरचर प्राणिः सन्तोष्यतां श्रीवृन्दावनम् इव सर्वपरमं सर्वात्मनाश्रित्यताम्. Meditate on the abode of Śrī Vṛndāvana with intense love. Roll your entire body in the dust of Vrindavanam. Offer your material body in the service of Vrindavanam, and thus achieve firm love of God. Worship the beloved Lord of Sri Radha and satisfy all animate and inanimate living entities of Vrindavanam. In this way, take shelter of Vrindavan with your body, mind, and speech. One more, this is also very nice. Vedantaha pratipadayanti mukado no chit tata kim mama manyate vata shastra garta patita dushtar kinna kim tatah no chit bhavata anubhuti padavim yatas tatha kim mama swatma vajra sahasra vida iva na spandeta vrindavanat. It does not matter to me if the Vedic literature does not directly glorify Sri Vrindavana. What is the harm if the faulty logicians who are fallen into the pit of the scriptures do not respect Sri Vrindavana? It does not matter to me if the devotees of the Supreme Lord do not realize the glories of Sri Vrindavana. Yet may my mind not divert an inch from Sri Vrindavana, even if my body is struck by thousands of thunderbolts. It goes on, thousands slokas just on Vrindavan, which is unimaginable. You can glorify, Krishna. You can glorify, many avatars. But glorifying a Dhamma, I'm not sure if any other acharyas have written such a wonderful, magnanimous, super duper nice book called just on a Vrindavan, thousand slokas. Sri Vrindavan Mahatmya. And he goes to the extreme at one point. He says that if you're not living in Vrindavan, then you just don't even consider you're living, right? That's the extreme point to mention the glories of Vrindavan. And if you're serious about Krishna consciousness, if you're serious about bhakti, then Vrindavan is the only place that we have to be. Vrindavan is such a nice place. Flowers are always blooming, and there are even various kinds of decorated deer. Birds are creeping, peacocks are crowing and dancing, and bees are humming. The chukku there sing in 5 kinds of tunes. The lakes of Vrindavan are surrounded by green grasses, and various kinds of lotus flowers bloom there. And the air blowing there carries the aromatic pollen of those lotus flowers. When the particles of water from the waves of the Yamuna the lakes and the waterfalls touches the bodies of the inhabitants of Vrindavana, they automatically felt a cooling effect. Therefore, they were practically undisturbed by the summer season. There are many waterfalls which are always pouring water, and the sound is so sweet that it covers the sound of crickets. And because the water flows all over, the forest looks very green and beautiful. In the Sanskrit word dharma has several meanings. Number one, dwelling place, house, abode, and so on. Number two, a favorite thing or a person, delight or pleasure. Number three, form or appearance. Number four, power, strength, majesty, glory, splendor, or light. So there are dham means there have so many different meanings here. The Dharma refers to a place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead resides. Any place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present by his name, fame, glory, or paraphernalia immediately becomes a Dharma. We speak of Vrindavan-dhāma because the name, fame, qualities, and paraphernalia of the Supreme Godhead are always present. Lord Sri Krishna has his eternal Dham or abode, where he eternally enjoys himself with his eternal associate and paraphernalia. And his eternal abode is a manifestation of eternal energy. The abode of Vrindavan on earth is expanded from Lord Krishna's internal spiritual potency. Vrindavan is the transcendental dwelling place of Krishna. Being a manifestation of his Swarupa Shakti, Vrindavan is a part of himself. Vrindavan is Krishna. Vrindavan, like Krishna himself, is made of Sat, existence, Chit, intelligence, and Ananda, bliss. The material world is a manifestation of Krishna's external energy, Maya Shakti. As Sri Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan himself and all other manifestation of Bhagavan, such as Narayana, Narasimha, Vishnu, etc., are all manifestation of Krishna. Similarly, Vrindavan is the Swayam Dhama, and all the other Dhamas are manifestation of Vrindavan. And this is something to be noted here. Since Vrindavan, that means St. Louis is also manifestation of Vrindavan, Toronto, wherever you are, in whichever temple that we are all serving, it's all manifestation of Vrindavan Dham. That's how we have to take it. Since Vrindavan is a manifestation of Krishna's Swarupa Shakti, Vrindavan cannot be separated from Krishna. Vrindavan cannot exist without Krishna, and Krishna can't exist without Vrindavan. Everything about Vrindavan is transcendental, Chinmaya. Even the different kinds of objects in the Dhamma which appears material, Sri Sanatana Goswami says in Brihat Bhagavatamrita that every object in Vrindavan Dham is concentrated Brahman and therefore inconceivable. The peerless and supremely sweet land of Vrindavan is a blissful abode where the Supreme Personality of Godhead enjoys pastimes. It is the incarnation of the Lord's form and is non-different from him. Śrī Vṛndāvana-dhāma is non-different from Sri Krishna because at Vrindavana, the Lord enjoys the transcendental bliss of his internal potency. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, engages his pastimes there eternally. For this reason, Vrindavan is better than all other holy dhams. 60 billion sacred places reside in Mathura Vrindavan. 60 billion sacred places reside in Mathura Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the only solitary transcendental abode within this universe where Krishna consciousness automatically reveals. We'll stop here. So starting today, we offer ghee lamp to Radha Damodar by chanting Damodarashtakam. Please, everyone, do that. And as I said, we'll continue meet at 4:30 and read, discuss, or talk about Krishna's pastime. in these ways, whatever we could. And then we can continue after a month, go back to our where we started with the other living names book. So we can immerse ourselves in the Krishna's leelas and pastimes for next 1 month, remembering Krishna. Is it okay? Again, thank you all very much for joining. Let's continue chanting Hare Krishna.